One of the things that I noticed on Djokovic lately is that his forehand, he's been more aggressive on his forehand. And yesterday I saw some statistics that were saying that he's actually hitting the ball harder on the forehand, being more aggressive, putting more speed on it. He made more unforced errors, but at the same time, he won a higher percentage of points with his forehand. So this is something that is actually working, and I think that is. I look at that like this is a good lesson from a guy that, I mean, he doesn't have to prove nothing to anyone. I think that he's doing it because he's noticing that if he's not even he's not even thinking about Nadal and Federer anymore. But I think that he's got in mind the new generation, and he notices that he says, okay, I have to raise my game even more in order to be able to beat these guys, because he doesn't want to just put up a fight against what I like to think are going to be the big three so far. Players of the new generation, which are Rune, Sinner, and Alcaraz. And he knows that he has to get better. He knows that he doesn't. You don't want to be rallying too much with these guys. Even though his rallying is very good, Djokovic he rarely hits a shot just because. I mean, he usually, even shots that doesn't look like they do much, but he has a strategy. He always plays a point trying to do something with the next shot, even when the shot doesn't seem to be much like a big shot or anything. But he's always has a plan and a strategy. And I'm not. He lost to Rune yesterday, and I'm not surprised, because Rune is being trained by Moratoglu, and that guy, I'm sure he always analyzes Djokovic very well, very very well, and I'm sure that Rune and the coach, they have a very very good talk, or several talks, before playing Novak, and it turned out well for him. Now you see the mentality of Djokovic. They got interviewed. In an interview they ask him, you still feel like you're ready for the French, and he says yes, with no question in mind. I mean, that's a pretty stupid question, that you will do to him, to be honest, because the guy, he's been proving that he's mentally, in my personal opinion, he's mentally tougher than any player on the tour, um, and he's just a guy that, if he was able to handle Nadal and Federer for years, you know, he sees the new generation and he still keeps that mentality. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go away. He knows that he doesn't have a lot of years left, but he said, you know what? I don't want to be one more. I don't want to be one more guy, one more of the guys on the top. I still want to be the one, and that is something that I mean, it's amazing. It is something to admire, to say, you know what, these guys, they change. There is a change of generation, and this guy is already working in order to fight the new generation. And the truth is that I believe he's doing good. I think that he's gonna be ready for the next tournaments this year and next year. And I think it's a good lesson. It's something good to learn from him. That when you have new people in the picture with different kind of styles and all that, you have to adapt to it. And if you need to change your game, which you have been playing with for probably decades, I don't know, 5, 10, 50 years, well, you have to think that sometimes it doesn't matter how good we are, we need to add something in order to get better. Tiger Woods did it too. He was the best golfer in the world, and the guy was still working in changing some, doing little changes here and there in his swing in order to become a better golfer. So I think it's worth analyzing it and looking at it, and I think it's I'm glad he's being more aggressive on his forehand. I always thought that I always wanted to see him being more aggressive on his forehand. So hopefully this will go good for him, and I think that we all can learn something from that. See you next time. Thank you.